keep dwelling in the past. You will remain in the past. Can I get a fucking yeah?
Good day, gentlemen. This is a pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which, for security reasons of the highest importance, has been known on board during the mission. Now that you are in Jupiter's space, and the entire crew is revived, it can be told. 18 months ago, first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Patron. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black...
I'm the man, yes sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think.
Just like the pack of Lewiz.
Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too sharp, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody crying together. We all get hunger.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta. Hold it down, bring that Street Geek and Nerd Soul. What is up, my people? Today, oh yeah, another wonderful episode of Beats Vibes Life. We talk about hip hop, having fun, having a good time. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. You know what to do, man. Support your boy. Now, shouts out to Kid at Heart in the chat. Anyone else who's in the chat getting your alert on or watching the replay, much love to you. But I ain't by myself. Oh, no. Right over here, we got a hip-hop producer extraordinaire, Arckatron.
Hey y'all, it's me Arcatron. That's ARCKATRON.com is where you can find me and all my music that, this gentleman just talked to you about. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be making beats and stuff. So go check it out.
Beats. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Because he got them beats. Now, today we figured we have a cool show. got a cool show. Just a relaxing show, if you will. Not nothing too crazy. I believe, I don't know if you found it. You find it? Maybe Anwar found it, but
I think Anwar found that.
All right, so XXL, Double XL, put out a tweet, asking about people's concert experiences. And we figured, it'd be a nice time to have some story time. So it'd be, cool to sit back reminiscing, on the different shows, different shows you done see. So they have first concert, last concert, best concert, worst concert, loudest concert, seen the most surprising, the next concert, and wish I could have seen. And we put the link is in the chat. It's pinned in the chat, so you can see the tweet, jump along and all that good stuff. I guess, you know what? I'll start from the top. I'll throw it to Arckatron. I'll let you go first on this, and then we'll swap up.
All right, so when they say concert, they mean like something you pay for, you go to see like a big artist, or they just mean like, like what's the level of concert you're talking about? So we gotta get these rules down.
For me, it doesn't matter. If there's people on stage and you went to see them, then whether you got in free or you pay, a concert's a concert. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now it can be a huge music festival, or it could be like, yo, there was like this small indie artist that went out and it was dope. So anyone is fair game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let's see. I'm gonna throw it to you. First concert.
Okay. First concert. Ooh. So I didn't go to concert. I mean, I probably went to concerts when I was young, but I don't remember them like really young, like school concerts or something. That don't count. I think the first concert as an adult for me was Black Star. It was actually my first concert.
Oh, word! So you actually saw Black Star in their Black Star glory?
A little bit after it though.
Oh,
they were already in like Quality and New Danger era. Okay. So most was doing like Blackjack Johnson, NYC, ROCKI.
That's my jam too.
Earth Stars and Planet. It's like so. And Quality was doing Get By was already out, so it was that time. But it still was Black Star. They performed their songs and stuff too. Nice. So it was a dope concert. We had to wait 3 hours for them to show up on stage. There was no opening act. It was just a DJ.
So it was just a DJ spinning for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yo,
Electric Factory, Philadelphia.
Yo, y'all be doing the most when y'all like. Look, people got places to go. If you say the show is at 11, then at 11 o'clock, say 11:30 the latest, y'all need to be on stage.
It was 12 when they got on stage. We were there since 9 to 12. No act, just a DJ spinning records. Saying, oh yeah, they'll be here. They did not show up for 3 hours, and they were there for about like an hour and 15, hour and a half at the most.
What? Man. Yeah. See, y'all seen, come on, man. You know you wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? It's probably Quali's fault. I'm gonna put it on Quali. He the worst of the two. Let's see, my first concert, that I can remember, I was a young boy, yet a youngster in the game. Because, if y'all didn't know, my birthday was 2 days ago, July 29th. You know what I'm saying? So,
happy belated, man.
I was just a young boy at that time. But now I'm OG status. Hit that 4-0. You know what I'm saying? I'm OG
Oh
status.
wow.
40 years old. Happy that I made it. I'm ready to do 40 more. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord willing.
Word up.
Just like the
Happy
Clips.
belated, man.
But,
Happy belated.
thank you. But my first concert, MC Hammer. MC Hammer, I remember I was little. I danced the whole time. I had a ball. I don't care. Hammer was dope, all right? Hammer was nice. I was there. I was like, look, man, look. Look. And this was Hammer like right before, this is before like the Pepsi stuff. So this is like, Hammer was still like, he was still like rising, but he wasn't like there yet. But yo, man, saw Hammer. I had like I had my like my little suit and everything. Like
Wow.
You couldn't tell me nothing that night.
What year was this? What year was this?
I don't know. I just remember I was young. It was before. I think it had to be before 90 because we were still living. It was in Charleston, West Virginia that I saw. So I was still like super young. So it might have been like 89. Kid Hart said he was hitting that Thor Hammer time. All I remember was that I danced the whole night. I had a ball, and it was like one of the most awesome things. It was lights, you know, concerts, lights everywhere and flashing and all that stuff. So yeah, I had a ball. Shouts to MC Hammer, you know what I'm saying? Hammer, you still, look, you cool with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I had a good time. There was tons of people on the stage. Now, I will say that. I remember there was like, it had to be like 20 other dancers on stage. It had to be like tons of people. But I mean, of course, we know the story of how like say what you want. Homie did literally try to bring the hood with him. Like, homie had like 20, 30 dancers on stage. Brought them all from the block. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't. Y'all be saying you want people to hold y'all down. He did.
He held his people down. Hammer held his people down. He held the Oakland down.
Yeah, he was Oakland through and through.
He is a legend. He is an OG, triple OG legend in Oakland. You can't say nothing about Hammer around there.
Nobody really ever messed with him either. Like they made their little jokes in music, but you never you never heard nothing like Hammer's chain got snatched. Or like, oh, Hammer got beat up at the tunnel or something like that. Like, nah, bro.
Nah, Hammer come see you. If you got some problem, Hammer come see you.
At least from an interview that I heard from Redman, Hammer will step to you and be like, I heard that song. Like
he from Oakland, man. He from Oakland. That's different. They live different over there, you know.
Yeah,
don't be playing around. I get it. They gotta protect you.
But yeah, that was my first one. See, last concert, I can't remember the last concert. All right, so last concert, it might be Jill Scott. It might be Lisa. Jill Scott, is that the last? That might be the last concert we went to, or I went to because I was with you. Remember did we see? No, we saw not Jill Scott. It was Kim. Yeah, but I thought Jill was there that night.
Okay, you saw Kim?
Joe was there. Not Jill. Joe was there that night.
Oh, Joe, like JoJo, like not
no.
JoJo, but...
That was just Fridays at Sunset. I went with J Dub, but Kim is probably my last one, and Kim, R&B artist. We were sitting all the way in the Bizak, but it was nice, you know what I'm saying? Took my lady, you know what I'm saying? Lord, you know, it's smooth.
Yeah, you gotta take lady to Kim.
Yeah,
you gotta take it to Kim. That's
what
it's gotta be.
I'm just letting you know, if y'all don't know about Kim, you know what I'm saying? Just look. I know y'all be like, oh, this is for the grown stuff. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all want to throw that Kim on. If y'all in y'all 20s, throw that Kim on. It'll be, because trust me, ain't nobody else that's 20 throwing that on. I'm just letting you know. Put that Kim on. She be like, oh, that's different. all the other brothers out here playing Chris Brown. I'm like, I see, nah, girl, I'm different.
I'm different. I'm different.
Yeah, I'm different. What was it? Joe was there that night, and Lisa was like, all right, so Joe apparently wanted like women to throw their panties on stage. And what was your statement? What did you say? Lisa, like, we're too old for this now. We ain't throwing it because Joe was like, I want y'all to get live. I want y'all to get loud. I mean, Lisa was like,
now, see, the question is, do you like take them off before you throw them, or do you already have them like new ones that you throw on stage? What are you throwing on stage?
I guess women bring like a pair of panties that they know they're going to throw on because they're not going to take off because you need the drawers you got.
Yeah,
they're not going to take off the drawers that they have on because you bring like a pair so like you're like in your mind you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw my panties on stage, right? So you bring a pack in your purse. That's the throw ones, and then because you're gonna need the ones you got. They're putting them used joints up there.
Ooh, okay.
All right, Kitty Hart said, fun fact, my auntie used to dance and was supposed to go on tour with Hammer, but my mom was like, nah, you too young, and the plane they was using was on spirit level unsafe.
Ooh, yeah, nah.
Nah. Man, that's hilarious. Destroying dreams. All right, so what's the last concert you saw?
The only thing I haven't been to a concert in a minute. Like, I haven't been to a concert since I've been in LA. I don't think.
Yeah, I think even when we went to see Kim, what was that, like 2017?
That's probably the last time I've been to a concert. I would say before I came out here. I think
that was before when we were dating. Oh yeah, well then 2014, something like that. I don't know. It was a minute. It was a long time ago.
I was born.
Hey, what's going on? The last concert that I can remember going to was Thundercat.
Ah, nice. And now, how was that?
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was just him, a dude on the keys, a dude on the drums. He was playing bass and guitar at the same time with the one like seven string bass guitar he'd be rocking. And he just rocked out for hours. It was crazy. They did jams. He did his songs. He did more jams. He did more improv and going off on tangents. It was crazy.
Nice.
It was a dope show. It was intimate.
And Thundercat got joints too on the low. Because people.
This is maybe maybe it's 2 or 3 albums in already. So this is These Things just like kind of just dropped. So like it was like during that time, like 3rd album about to drop. Thundercat. Yeah, that's the last concert I've been to I can remember. I don't think I've been to one since I've been out in LA. So
all right, okay. Now I'm gonna throw it to you. Best concert.
And this one's a hard one for me. But it's easy. It's easy to say. I went to the best concert I've ever been to was Stevie Wonder. Okay, Stevie Wonder rocked for 3 hours. It was a Songs in the Key of Life tour. He played the whole thing from front to back, and then played hits and DJ'd. Yes, I say Stevie Wonder DJ'd. His name was DJ. What was it? Tick Tick Boom. And when you say boom, it would be he had like this button. It would go boom, and the whole stadium shook. Boom. He played The Weeknd. He played like current music. He was playing as a DJ. Stevie Wonder the DJ.
Interesting.
His concert was
crazy.
That
is he blind? Is he really blind? Man, look, we gonna have to do some investigations.
Don't know. It don't even matter if he's not. He's still one of the greatest
daredevil
musicians of all
music.
Time. He's still one of the greatest musicians of all time, even if he wasn't blind.
True that. He's like, he is the daredevil of music for real. All right, best concert.
That's the best concert I would say, hands down, easily. Prompt too. He started at 8, ended at 11.
Yeah, see, he kept it real for y'all. He was like,
there was grown folks
I know some
in
of y'all
there.
got to go to work.
There was grown. I was like probably one of the youngest people in there. I was like, 20. I mean, maybe it was 20 something, 20 late 20s, but there was a lot of our people, but my parents would be there. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But it was dope to see it. It was dope to experience it. He had the whole band. He had like 1,000 people on stage. It was crazy.
Wow.
Man.
That is something that I need to see Stevie at some point in time. I need it because he's still out there doing shows.
Missed him the first wave, so I had to catch him on the second wave. The second wave was like announced way after the fact, and he came back to Philly, and I was like, I gotta see him this time. I gotta see him. So he was probably the best concert I've ever seen, hands down, easily.
Let me see the best concert. Man, it is tough. I don't know what the best might be. The best might be. It's tough. You know what? I might throw it to Common. It was trying to remember who's there. It was Common. What's up?
No, I've seen Common back in that man he throws a show. That man was rapping. He was breakdancing.
He did some breakdancing. They had a live band. It was Common. It was like Common and Friends because it was Common, Chrisette Michelle before all the Chrisette Michelle was there. John Legend was there. Someone else, but it was a dope show because when they do the and Friends, you don't know who's coming. So like it ended up being a dope show. It was expensive, but I had a good time. I had a lot of fun. I know there was someone else that I'm missing. It was a rapper that I'm missing. Can't remember, but it was like Common, John Legend, Chrisette Michelle. Someone else came through, but it was dope. It was real dope.
Wow.
I've been to some good ones, but I think that might be.
I'm like forgetting as you're saying these names, like it's reminding me, like, I went to some shows I literally forgot about. I got a good surprising one. I got a very good surprise one.
All right, so I'll start off with worst concert.
No, I can't think of worst concert. That's
Kitty Hart talking about Stevie Wonder said he probably not blind no more, but he just playing a role at this point.
So you're saying his vision got better
they solved it. They fixed his vision. He's just like, nah, I'm blind all day. So
he had inner vision. Now he got outer vision. He got outer vision. He can see out.
He's like, so worst concert, Robin Thicke, hands down. All right, so peep this. So worst concert, Lisa just turned to me like, what? So Lady Lisa, you gotta hold on. Worst concert, hands down. So, all right, he's playing at the Norva. So if you're in Virginia, the Norva is in Norfolk. And I live in Richmond, Virginia. So you got to drive there. So this was supposed to be a date, all right? So I take the lady, we go out, we have a day in Norfolk, just chilling, hanging. And then the tour, the concert is like, say at like 9:00, right? So now remember, this is supposed to be a day outing. We go to have a nice day, go to the concert, head back to Richmond, right? So I'm like, cool. The show, it even says like the show is like from 9 to like midnight or something like that. So I'm like, cool, midnight's not too bad, hit the ride back. So peep this. Hour goes by, no Robin Thicke. 2 hours go by. It's just a DJ, and the DJ ain't even on stage. The DJ is background, or you're just looking at curtains, all right? And like, so Kitty Hart said the thick wasn't thickened. So hour 3 goes by. Then they like, he gonna be here in a second. I'm like, look, yo, people got other things to do. I was so mad at Robin Thicke. You do not understand how mad I was at Robin Thicke. I was like, I want my money back. I feel the same way about Robin Thicke that I feel about Zack Snyder on Batman v Superman. I still want my money back. Like I still want my money back. So I was like, look, But see, I don't want to leave because now we in here. We in here, we wait, we got a good spot. We in here, we waiting. But I'm like, yo, I want to leave because now I'm going to drive. I had to drive back. Like Norfolk is like an hour and some change ride back to Richmond. So I'm like, I still got to drive because you know what I'm saying? We did not plan to stay here tonight. So he finally come on. He do his music. Now, I'm not going to front. The performance itself was fine. The performance was good. Music was good. It was a nice R&B vibe. You know, you with your lady and everything. It's all great. But I was angry before the music started. So this man is on stage. He's all types of M's and F's all in my mind.
Wow.
Like, I'm mad. I'm heated because I'm like, yo, bruh, I still gotta drive home. So you gonna go get on your bus and chill. You ain't gotta. I gotta do things. People got real work, man. All right. So I was angry. That's why I was at work because I was so angry. But I was trying to chill and pretend like I won't angry. So yeah, that might be my worst concert outside of another experience, and I'll save that for later. So the worst concert for you.
I already talked about it. The Black Star, even though it was my first concert, I didn't know what bad concerts were until you go to other concerts. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to wait so long. There was 3 fights in the crowd. There was 3 fights. 3. Every hour there was a fight. Somebody, touched somebody's back or something. You know how it be, man. People, it was standing room. There was no seats. We were standing
people
for
been
3
standing
hours.
up for 3 hours straight waiting for some Most Def and Quali.
Yeah, and you can tell Quali was drunk, high, or all the above. He was hardly there. So, but it's my first concert, so I didn't know what
to be coming to a show inebriated. All right.
I didn't know what to expect because it was my first concert, so I didn't have the wherewithal. After seeing other people, I'm like, yeah, that's unprofessional. That was really terrible. But it was fun to see them in their glory, in their hay.
All right. Okay. Throwing it to you, what's the loudest concert you've ever been at?
This one's the easy one. I actually lost part of my hearing from this concert.
Wow.
It was I forgot. It was a Red Bull event where it was like
Red Bull little hip hop events back in the day.
It was a beat battle, but then in the end, it was beat battle from local people. But in the end, it was Just Blaze versus Alchemist. Mm-hmm. They were both playing the song that they both sampled, and then they were just playing their versions. And it was loud, man. It was so loud. And it was a woman next to me who was yelling at one of the persons who she knew on stage, and she was yelling so loud that I literally lost hearing in my right ear because of her. So that's the loudest show I've ever been to. It was obnoxious. It was just I was in the front row too. I was in the front, right on the fence, front.
Wow.
So yeah, that's probably my one I don't like to talk about. I lost some of my hearing that day. My ears was ringing for days. So yeah, it was terrible. It's terrible.
Let's see. Well, you know what? I'll stop real quick. Antoine Allen says, I haven't seen many concerts, but the best was Little Brother before they broke up at VCU Commons and RVA. Fonte stopped the concert because the system was trash with jokes, LOL, then they fixed it. Yo, all right. Shouts to VCU Commons. That's one. For them to do a show at VCU, because the VCU Commons is not huge, especially, but who knows how many people came. But shouts to, because I keep forgetting Antoine Allen, RVA, we here. So, all right. The loudest concert was probably in Richmond, Fridays at Sunset. Something was wrong with the sound where it was blaringly loud. And for maybe like an hour after the show, I was like, hey, how's it going? I was like yelling at people were something like, because I had gotten so used to yelling because it was not only super loud, but then there was a feedback issue one time where everybody like literally like screamed because it was so screeching or whatever.
Wow. That's terrible.
It was loud. And then that feedback was crazy. But then they finally fixed it and it was kind of okay. But they fixed the mic issue, but it was still loud the rest of the time. But yeah, it was bad. It was
Wow.
I mean, the show was good, but it was so loud you couldn't really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't enjoy that thing. Now I will say I've seen Little Brother. They might be on this list for something else. I'm not sure. But seen the most, I'll go first. Seen the most. I've seen The Roots the most.
That's funny. Because we had the same answer.
I've seen.
We had the same answer.
Word? Yeah, I've seen The Roots.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 times. I've seen The Roots a lot.
Yeah.
Because I've seen The Roots almost like when they drop a new album. I'll like, you know, so like I've seen The Roots a lot. I've seen The Roots in Richmond. I've seen The Roots in Maryland. I've seen The Roots in DC. I've seen The Roots a lot. So,
okay.
But much love to The Roots, because when The Roots say the show starts at 8 o'clock, they're walking on stage. I'll give you that. They don't play. They'll be like 8 o'clock. It'll be 8 o'clock. You see Questlove getting up there because they respect your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've seen The Roots 3 or 4 times. I kind of like lost track, maybe 4 times. Mm-hmm. The best show was the show that they did with Jill Scott came out and did You Got Me at the Kimmel Center. And all these shows were in Philadelphia. So like seeing them in Philly is a whole nother experience. But
true.
That show, it was in Kimmel Center, like a really nice like theater, like where you can sit behind them. So I was behind Questlove, so I can see him drumming and see him do the cues for the next song and stuff like that. It was dope. See Kamal on the keys, see his hands and stuff. Yeah, it was some magic.
So it's not like on movies where they're just like,
no. And that day, it was around Katrina. So they brought up a New Orleans band, and the band played them in and played them out and walked out of the theater with the Roots playing their instruments like the low log. And the whole crowd just walked out with them to the streets. It was crazy, man.
Dope, man.
It was dope. It was dope.
That's what's up.
It was real dope. You could just like sit there with them. I was like right next to like whoever, Black Dog or whoever, just out there just playing instruments all night. It was crazy. It was real dope.
Antoine Allen said Fridays at Sunset was the ish. They about to build a stadium near Browns Island. I hope that feeling comes back. Is that the same stadium that was supposed to go in Shockoe Bottom? I guess, but anyway, that's a whole nother.
That VA talk. That VA talk over there.
Like, because I remember they were supposed to put a stadium down there where all the clubs is at, but I guess people was like, "Nah, we ain't hearing that." But next up, for you, most surprising concert.
This one's a hard one. I'll say 2 names, but then the last, there's 3 names I want to say. First name is Busta Rhymes in Common. Busta Rhymes, I was very surprised that his enunciation is like, I heard every word he said on stage. For someone who raps fast, someone who's very animated and jumps around and moves around with spliff, I was like, this dude is one of the greatest I'm seeing right now. I saw it when I first got to college. It's 2003, so this is prime Bus.
This is still
skinny
on fire.
Bus. All right, Common, we talked about him. He's breakdancing, he's rapping, he's freestyling, he's giving you a show.
Yeah. Now
the show, the one that's the most surprising was a show that wasn't even supposed to happen for me. I was in New Orleans. I'm gonna set the scene. I'm in New Orleans. My friend's like, I just get there and I randomly see him on the streets. And I didn't even tell him I was there yet. Just see him on the streets around. We're in French Quarters. See him on the street, like, yo, dap him up. And he's like, yo, you want to go to a J Electronica concert tomorrow? I'm like, yeah.
Like,
okay,
yeah, sure.
Exhibit C, like just dropped maybe a month before that,
Ooh.
so it's still ringing off.
All right.
And this is New Orleans. He's from New Orleans. So we go to the show. The opening acts are great, but like no one's like feeling. I'm like, yo, okay, this is a local thing, and located somehow people don't like the local artists. But I'm like, yo, these dudes is
All right.
fire. You know, they all like different versions of New Orleans rappers. It was dope. And then Jay Electronica comes in. My friend calls me like, yo, they're at the front door. I walk to the front. It's Jay Electronica. I dap him up. Yo, what up, Jay? And then who's behind him? Mos Def. I dap him up too. What up, Mos? They go to stage. And then they do, Jay Electronica does a show, brings out Mos. Mos is wearing the Smooth Criminal white outfit, fedora, red mic, that Mos Def.
Oh, that Mos. Okay. The red mic, the one with the lines and you hold it like, okay. So I know that period of Mos Def. I think is that transferring Yasin yet? That's around there.
No, he was still Mos, but it was it was just about to be Yasin, but it was a hell of a show, man. Jay rocked it. He came into the crowd doing his verses. He was surrounded by his people.
Nice.
And then I saw him at the strip club the next day. So yeah.
But yo, man, what's up? How you doing?
Oh yeah, it was the most surprising concert. Like I wasn't even supposed to be there. It was just like just happened to be on a Wednesday, and I was there in New Orleans in this element, in like at the height of like Jay Electronica. People knew his name, you know what I'm saying? So that show was very good. It was very, very good. I was just very happy to be there and experience that. It's on YouTube somewhere. Someone videoed it. It's on YouTube, the show.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have to look for that. All right, so
What about you?
I want to say I can't remember whose name was actually on the bill. It might have been the Roots was it Kweli? It might have been Kweli at 930 Club in DC. But I went there hoping, I was like, it's not just gonna be the Roots or it's not just gonna be Kweli, because I know how they roll now. I've been to a couple shows. I'm hoping. And I was blessed. All right, so I think it was a Kweli show. But the Roots were there, which means Black Thought was there. Mos comes out. Pharoah Monch comes out. Common comes out. Jill comes out. It was crazy. I was like, yo, this, because I was hoping for just one person. I was, man, like guest, because every time they did a song, I'm like, oh snap. And then yep, Jill would come out or something like that, and they would change, and they was just like, it was awesome. It was an awesome night. And since 9:30 is standing room only, I was like middle front. I was close enough to see them, well. Yeah. I didn't have to have the little have those the binoculars on a stick. So
let me see. Yes, marvelous.
I love this show. So that was the bomb. I love that. I had an amazing time. That was one of those nights where, and even the night was cool because that was one of those nights we all got together, all trooped it up to DC, or I guess Alexandria or where, I can't remember because we took the train in. Went to 9:30. After we ran and got something to eat and all that stuff, then found out the train shuts down in DC. The train is not 24/7 like it is in New York. So then my homie's brother from Baltimore had to drive and pick us up. It was a fun night. We just hung out all night. It was one of those nights where it's like we had a ball. We really did. And with seeing everybody, I was just like, yo, this night is awesome. So it's like, yeah, it was a dope night. It was a dope night. Now, Kenneth Hart says that sounds like one of those nights with a happy ending. Let me tell you. Okay, so this is will it? No, okay, so it doesn't cover any of the last two questions. So, all right. I went to see Little Brother. All right, and this is around the time the Chitlin Circuit mixtape came out. So first two albums are out. Now it's like Chitlin Circuit, 1.5 mixtape or whatever. The one with Gangsta Grills. Or is it whatever that mixtape was. So I went to see him. I think, did we go in DC? But anyway, I take this girl. It's me, my boy, and this girl that me and her had just started talking a little bit, not super dating, but we were like talking, trying to feel each other out. Do we want to date? All that stuff. So I was like, she likes some of their songs. I like their music. I'm like, hey, there's a concert I'm going to. You should come with me. She said, yeah. I said, we can make it a date. She said, okay, we go, right? We go. The show is fun. There's a lot of fun. Fonte's making jokes. The music, outside of the snare, because I know outside of the snare, the music is on point. They had like Joe Scudder and stuff come through, the rest of the Justice League and everything, but it was mostly a Little Brother show. And the cool thing about that show is that it was billed as a Little Brother show, but Dilated Peoples were there too. So Dilated Peoples did like about 30 or 40 minutes. I was like, oh, hold up. This wasn't on the flyer. So I was like, great. It was another surprise kind of joint. So that was, I'm trying to think what album they had. That might have been the album when they had the track Back Again or whatever. So they perform, we have a good time. We get in the car, we go back. I drop her off at her house. I'm like, yo, thank you for coming. I had a good time. Hug. And then we leave. I take my boy back to his house and then I go home. All right. So next day, this girl is angry at me. And I'm like, I don't know how you could be angry with me. Cause like, we haven't even talked since yesterday. And when we talked yesterday, everything was fine. We hugged each other. I left. There couldn't be anything wrong. She was mad. She argued with me for a good 30 to 40 minutes about the fact that I did not try to go upstairs with her and be with her that night. I did, because there's young ears in here. So now, mind you, she lived with her mama. All right? She lived with her mama. So her mama is also upstairs. What you want me to do? Be like, hey, Mrs. Such Such, do you mind if I do things?
Maybe mama wasn't there that night.
True that. So anyway, we're arguing back and forth about how I should have took the chance and I should have did this and I didn't do. And I was just like, well, like we had only really been together like one time. I didn't want to I didn't want to like overstep any type of boundary. I figured we could kind of take it a little bit slower than that. So anyway, she's arguing about how like I'm either soft or I should have did it or whatever, right? So anyway, we finally get to the point where I'm tired of this. I'm like, okay, answer me this. If I would have tried to do this, would you have let me? She said no. I was like, you know what? I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to say. Because you argued me down about me not doing it. And then when I finally be like, okay, you win. If I would have tried to, would you have said yes? And then she said she would have said no. I don't get it.
She just wanted you to make the attempt, so she know that you were interested. I make the attempt. It's all about the attempt. It's a thought that counts. It's a thought.
So yeah, I was like, you know what? I was like, okay. I left the phone call with that. I was just like, all right, that's all right. And I just got off the phone. That was it. I was like, you know what? Bullet dodged. But yeah, that's my little brother story. My little brother story with a little bit of Dilated Peoples, who I also got that for. So next is next concert, and I'll go first. I don't have any plans for a next concert because I've kind of seen, well, outside of the people that I didn't get to see, some that I can't see, I really don't have any plans for a next concert right now. So I don't know.
I thought it kind of meant like, who do you want to see next? Concert. Okay. Like kind of like, so who would you want to see next? That's how I interpret it.
What I like to see next? I missed Janelle Monáe back when Janelle Monáe was fire. Now hold up. I know what people say. I'm not saying that she's not fire. I'm just saying she made a string of music that was like, oh snap. And then she made a release that I wasn't really like excited about. So that whatever, like the visual, album order. Because whatever that was after the
Dirty
Arcandroid,
Computer.
I was like the
You're saying dirty, you
Arcandroid
didn't
stuff.
like Dirty Computer.
Oh, it's Dirty Computer. Well, what it wasn't funky like the other stuff was. I was like, oh snap, you got the, you know what I'm saying? You got the funk, you got the rhythm, all this stuff. And then Dirty Computer, I was just like, it ain't really hitting me like, you know, like, but it's
you might
not,
need to go
I'm
back
not
on
hating. I'm
You
not
gotta
hating.
go back on it.
I'll go back and listen again. All right,
Gotta go back.
You know what,
Yeah. Run it back.
Okay, I'll run it back. Let's see if I'm gonna say people probably like people that I missed. So like Janelle, Busta, Meth and Red, Kendrick Lamar. I'd be interested in seeing.
That's my next. That's what I was gonna say. Kendrick.
Who else? Maybe some people that I missed, but I'll put on some wish I could have seen. I'll leave it on that. But yeah, something like that. Who else? I wouldn't mind doing something on the date night tip with like Maxwell, but every time I see a Maxwell show, Maxwell be expensive, yo.
Yeah, Maxwell be maxing out.
Maxwell be like, that'll be $300 for one ticket. You be like, hold on,
for one ticket.
You mean this isn't a couple thing? This is one ticket.
Nosebleeds.
I'm like, yeah, and it be $300 and you be in a bag. Like Maxwell don't be playing. Like, Maxwell is not cheap. I've tried to go to a Maxwell show before, but when I started adding up, like, okay, because if you're a man, there's certain things, most men, you're adding up. You're like, okay, so ticket costs this. I'm gonna have to buy 2. Then we're probably gonna go to dinner or like maybe lunch the day of. So that's gonna cost money. So there's, depending on where we go, that's gonna be money. I can't wear old clothes. This is a Maxwell show. I'm gonna be with my lady flossing, so I gotta buy something new. You know what I'm saying? You put all that money together. I'm gonna have to pay the park, all that. So once you put all that together, you're like, bro, this night could easily run me by the G. And you know, at the time, you know what I'm saying? At the time, it won't looking good for me in that department. Now, the funny thing is, tables are turned. Now, I could afford that night, but then the whole thing with the babysitter and all that stuff, that's a whole. So the
another problem.
A whole another problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Maxwell on the R&B tip. Janelle Monáe. That might be it on the R&B side. Maybe something like Anthony Hamilton or something like that. Because I've seen Jill Scott, I've seen Kim, I've seen Erykah. I saw Erykah Badu in The Roots and D'Angelo. D'Angelo was there because they were in Richmond. So you know, maybe something like that. But Erykah be.
I would like to see D'Angelo. I would like to see D'Angelo.
How may I assist you? What's up? All right, what's up? Anyway, so last one. Next concert for you. Any other ones on your mind?
Just Kendrick and D'Angelo. I think those are 2 I can think of right now.
Right,
Tops. Like, you know, I've seen Wu-Tang in like, 8, 9 members Wu-Tang. Like ODB wasn't there. He passed already, but I saw him pretty much around that time. So it was a good show. Meth Man was there. I think Redman was there. I'm trying to remember. I think he was there, but he may have been there. But it was a good show.
Yeah, Wu. I ain't seen Wu, so Wu would be dope. You know. Let's see. Kenneth Hart said, "Oh nah, you eat before you go." LOL. Get the outfit months in advance. Yep. See. Cool. Good point. You know what I'm saying? Get that. You know, you'd be like, all right, Maxwell gonna be here next year. Let me go and get something now. Like. Antoine Allen said, Maxwell did a show with the National Orchestra like Nas did. I wish I could have caught that. I was lucky enough to see the Nas version. So good with the orchestra. That's dope. That's what's up.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I'm gonna throw it to you. Who do you wish you could have seen?
This one's an easy one for me. Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Same with me. When I was younger, Mike, Prince. When I was younger, my mother drove me out to Tennessee to see Janet, but she canceled the show. This is Rhythm Nation Janet, but she canceled the show. Something about she was sick or something like that, and the show was canceled. But we had already driven to Tennessee. I was, man, I would have been able to see that prime Rhythm Nation Janet. You know what I'm saying? With the metal hat and everything. You know what I'm saying? Look, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, come on. We are part of the Rhythm Nation. Come on now.
Yeah. That would have been dope.
Let's see. There's people that I can still see though. Like you got Earth, Wind, and Fire. You got Stevie. So those are people that I can still go see. That might be one of those ones. After things settle, go see Stevie and Earth, Wind, and Fire. At least those two. Those two, you know, yeah. But yeah, that show got canceled. Man, a young brother's heart was broken. A young brother's heart was broken. Because I was like, I'm see Janet tonight.
Yeah, that would have been dope, man. Yeah.
So yeah, all right, cool. So Mike, any other ones?
Mike is the only one I think of. I've seen like out of the older, like I'm just thinking about like the old people who aren't here anymore. Like if people, this question means for people who aren't here anymore, right? Like I guess that's what the question means.
Word. Hold up. All right, say it again.
This question means for people who aren't here or who aren't alive anymore, right? Like you wish you could have seen.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe retired. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, retired. Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I can't think of nobody else really.
It might be Mike and Prince.
For me,
everyone else is kind of still doing shows, sort of.
It'd be nice to see Prince now since I know more about his music since his passing. But before his passing, I wasn't really like, oh, Prince is my guy. I need to see Prince. But his music is phenomenal. I think when I was younger, I vibe with Mike, a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think I was just too young for his music.
Yeah, Mike was that dude, man. Like I know people have like a recency bias, because they're like, oh, they might be like, so-and-so is the greatest. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, Mike was a different, like, Mike would just stand on stage and people would scream for like 10 minutes straight.
People would faint. They had to bring ambulance. Cart you off.
People would be following him in the car like he was the Pope and stuff. Like, it was pandemonium. I've never seen anything like it since. Like, I've seen people get excited, saying for folks, not saying that people don't clap for folks, but like Mike was like, he was something different. Just a whole nother level.
Yeah, a whole nother level.
And when you have a string, all right, imagine this. You have at least 4, because I say he has at least 4 classics. Imagine having Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad and Dangerous back to like, bruh. And then on Janet's side, on Janet, you have Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet, and Velvet Rope. It's like, bruh, like, you talking like, it's a whole, it's not many. There's not many that have like 4 straight classics. There's people that do, but there's not many that have like 4 straight. Like, usually it's like, first one's dope, second one's dope, third one's kind of shaky, and then the fourth one they come back or something like that. But 4 straight classics, and Mike was just. Then the music videos with making movies and stuff, and like Smooth Criminal and Thriller and like. And Moonwalker, the video game, like Mike was just
the video game. Don't forget about the video game.
Yo, someone Alika Spain. I hope I'm not screwing your name up. Mike was the truth. Ambulance was on deck every concert. Guaranteed somebody was going to get passed out. Yo, man, it was like just like someone said, God tier artists. Like they had Kid at Heart, because from the moonwalk to the the music videos to the performances to even the old stuff with his brothers, like it.
Yeah.
He did. Not only did he do everything big, but he also did it like in a way where it's like, whoa, like we're like this is. Another, like, he's ahead of everyone, and it was just crazy. Like, and then, the funny thing is, when I think of Mike, most of the times when I think about him, I think about that "We Are the World" thing where he's like trying to teach. I can't remember who it is. He's trying to teach him the key he's supposed to be in, and then the dude just disregards it, and Mike's just like, "What can you do?" Mike's like, "No, see, you're supposed to be here, and you're coming in here."
He was flat. I think he was flat. Yeah.
Man, but yeah, like Mike was just, he was on something else, man. Like a different level, like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to see it. And he was selling albums, and this is not to diss nobody, but just say there's different eras. He was selling albums when you had to get up and go somewhere to buy it. You couldn't just click and drag or send a link and Amazon Prime it. No, you had to get up, hoist yourself, drive, walk into a store, buy it, walk back to your car, and then put it in a cassette deck. Yes, cassette deck. You know what I'm saying?
Or record. Get the record.
Oh yeah, or record. You know what I'm saying? You had but,
yeah,
that's.
You had to purchase a copy of it. You had a copy of it.
Yeah, that man. Whole nother level. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of another artist that's like kind of close, but I don't know. I can't think of someone who's like close where it was like, it was global. Like this man could go anywhere and people would just be fainting and screaming. That like anywhere. He was just that
music
dude.
touched so many people. The
saying?
music touched like a lot of people in the world. They didn't even know what he was saying, but the music was speaking for him. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even speak the language, but they know what Michael Jackson.
They knew this was good. They was like, I don't know what he's saying,
good.
but this is good. That boy
he's saying, but it's good. Boy, good. He must be great. That boy good.
So yeah, that's the end of the list. Shouts out to XXL magazine.
XXL, yeah. Shout out.
Giving us some time to have some fun story time. If there's some other stuff, I'll figure out some ways for us to have some story time every now and then. Cause this one got me thinking about some shows and some like your boy make you wait 3 hours, And you know what? I've never been to a Lauren show, so I know them people had to wait like 6 hours.
Or not at all.
Or yeah, she just didn't show up. So throw it to Arckatron. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Arckatron.com. That is ARCKATRON.com. You can find my music there. You can find some other things I'm working on. You can also see my new album, Blango, which is out in the stores right now. Eventually I'll have it on Spotify, but right now it's on Bandcamp. So if you have a Bandcamp, go to bandcamp.com, put in Arckatron, you'll find me. You'll find more of my discography too. But for now, the new album right now for y'all is Blango. Blango, 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 Blango.
Yeah, that's what's up. Go cop that. Links in the chat. Go holler at it, pick you up something, pick up the whole discography, you know what I'm saying? It's right there for you. And you, here we go. Here he go. NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. That's right. Shouts to CNAP, all right, Kid at Heart, Alika Spain, Antoine Allen. Let's see who else we have. That might be it. And if you're getting your lurk on, much love to you too. You ready to I know you wanna tell them peace. Come on. I know. Come on. You gotta tell it, say hey.
Hey.
Say how y'all doing.
Hey.
How I doing?
Say peace out.
Peace out.
All right, you ready to tell them go? We got some black comics.
And some dope beats.
And some dope beats. That's right. So
and
what?
You gonna do Black Star
Black Star Collectibles.
Jason, that's gonna be a comic book show.
Yeah, a comic book show.
Yeah, because I seen the Rim Party logo with the hat on because that was the Rim Party
the Rim Party logo.
The Rim Party logo
and what?
And there was some music about in the video of Rim Park.
All right, cool. Say peace.
Peace.
All right, 1, 2, I am peace. Oh boy.
Finish him off! If you can't do it, then maybe you should let someone who can, like me,